letting go of perfectionism around that stuff, around any type of celebration, be it a retirement party, a wedding, or a little kid's
Hmm.
birthday party.
Right.
Um, it just can only benefit you to let go of that perfectionism, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I always think, do you remember everything that went really well, or do you remember the things that did not? But they're the fun things that make it unique and memorable. Hey, Janine.
Hey, Shannon, how you doing?
I'm doing really well. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you very much.
Good.
Welcome home from your weekend away.
Yes, we had a very exciting weekend while our youngest kid graduated from college.
Amazing.
I know.
I mean, I met him. He was in, I don't even know, junior high, I think.
Yeah,
And he's such a man now. It's
I
fantastic.
know. He's all grown up.
Yep.
It was really fun celebrating him and some of his friends, his current roommates, we've known since they were little and
Yeah.
played on soccer together and stuff. So it was a lot of fun to celebrate them. But there was some hiccups maybe in that it was 97 degrees and um
Yikes.
yeah, and this is at University of Oregon, and so there were over 5,000 people graduating, and they have a big ceremony. That's where they have the speaker and everything, but they don't call names. No one walks or gets their diploma during that.
Is it in like a stadium or something?
Yeah, it's in Autzen Stadium, which is their big football stadium.
So out in the sun. It's not a covered stadium, right?
No, out in the
Yeah.
sun.
Oof.
That was hot. That was in the morning. And then in the afternoon, they had all of the different schools, like the School of Journalism, the School of Education, the Business School. They all had their own individual ceremonies where they actually conferred the diplomas. Luckily, Size was in the basketball arena because some of them were outside in that heat and they ended up postponing them. We heard that a dean got heat stroke and
Oh no.
yeah, I mean, and there were like kids were sort of dropping like flies and it was not good. So they like stopped it and then they rescheduled them to that evening when it cooled down a little bit. But so, everything had to sort of get moved around and everyone needed to be a little flexible. And we sort of had an idea of what the weekend would be like, but that quickly changed because there was some events that Cy had not told us about. So,
The one that was in the football stadium?
yes. He's like,
He
it's
didn't.
not a big deal. You don't need to go. We're like,
Oh,
are you going in your cap and gown and it's like celebrate? Yes, of course we're going.
right. Yeah, you want to hear the speaker and everything, I would think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was Marley Matlin.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Yeah, because her daughter was also class of 2026 at University of
nice.
Oregon. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just a good experience remembering why we're really there. Like, we're there to celebrate him. We're not there to adhere to a schedule or to
Right.
have things work out in a particular way. And so we just stayed flexible and made it work. And when somebody needed something, we did what we could and, just made it about making Size Weekend as fun and stress-free as possible.
Yeah, as it should be. I mean, it wasn't about your personal comfort or any of the parents' personal
No,
comfort.
because it was not comfortable.
It was right, but you weren't complaining. I'm sure you weren't complaining about it because that
No.
would be counter to Sai's enjoyment.
Yeah,
So he could feel supported and celebrated. That's just great.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because that's what happens, right? Things don't go, I mean, we can't plan everything to the T, especially when there's weather associated with it.
right.
And the trick is to know what's important to you, right? Keep your eye on the prize.
I know. Here we are.
Yeah,
Keep coming back
yeah,
to that.
yeah. Yeah, I can think of lots of times where things didn't go as planned, and they always go okay. But I'm a planner, and so if I'm in charge of an event, for example, I like to overplan it probably, which
Hmm.
inevitably sets me up for disappointment when things go awry, or maybe not disappointment so much as stress.
Hmm.
Um, there is that fine line between planning so things go smoothly and not, and also being able to make adjustments and pivot and so forth.
Right, right.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess the trick might be to plan as well as you can and sort of not have attachment to your plan.
Right.
Like, you can have an idea of how it might be nice for things to go or what to happen when or whatever, but knowing that odds are it's not going to go quite to plan.
Right. And then staying present and staying chill to the extent possible, right? It's one
Hmm.
thing when you're the guest like you were. It sounds to me like just exactly what the ideal thing to do in a situation like yours. And when you're a host, also, like if things aren't going just right and you're thinking of myself, stressed out, like when guests arrive, that's not great because that doesn't
No.
help. I was thinking about that party we had a year ago for Barry's heart transplant anniversary, and we were running a little behind, and a couple friends showed up early, and I just put them immediately to work,
Hmm.
and they were amazing, and they
Yeah,
didn't.
which they were probably absolutely delighted to help.
And it's probably why they came early.
Yeah.
Yeah, but though I don't remember asking them to. And then by the time everyone arrived, it was all good. Although I will say, as a funny aside, at one point, many of the guests had arrived, so it was just after the start time. Barry looked down and he said, "I forgot to change my clothes."
Oh.
He was a guest of honor, right? He was wearing like an old T-shirt uh, with the logo of a company he used to work for. So he ran upstairs, and because we had it in the party room at the building,
Right.
he ran upstairs and put on a collared shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought maybe that's what he wanted. I wasn't going to say anything.
Yeah. I was going to say like pajamas. And so it was like, him a year ago
Oh,
in
hospital
comfy
gown.
clothes, hospital
Yeah.
gown. And
Oh my God. Can you imagine? You're showing up in the hospital gown. That'd be funny. As long
yeah,
as you wore underwear, that would be funny.
right.
Yeah.
And it's making me think when you were talking about hosting about our wedding, when Mike and I were planning our wedding, and that's a big celebration.
It
And
certainly is and was. Yours in particular. It was great.
it's an easy one to get stressed about things not going the way you want them to.
You can ruin a really, what's supposed to be a very special occasion by getting hung up on what's not going exactly right, rather
Yeah.
than noticing all the things that are going very well.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And I remember like, we got engaged, and as soon as we sort of started planning stuff, people kept telling me like how stressful it was going to be. And like, I don't think they were intentionally trying to freak me out, but it seemed like they were,
Uh-huh.
because they were like really digging in. And I said, at the end of the day, if we're legally married, that's all that matters. Like, if no one gets hurt and we're legally married, I'm good.
Right. That's the
And
win.
yeah. And like, everything else is a good story. Like,
Well, and I was there. I didn't see things that went awry, right? Everything went really well, it
some
seemed like.
things went awry.
Oh, yeah? Oh.
Yeah, I wasn't there, but I did hire a wedding planner, and they were supposed to be setting things up. And one of our friends saw them in the bar doing shots instead.
The wedding planner?
Yes.
It's a good story.
Yes.
Oh, my God. That's
Yeah.
so funny.
And so Mike gave them a little talking to at that point. And then they, were kind of doing stuff. I had gotten ready somewhere else, and then we did photos, and then we were coming to the venue, and we're walking into the venue, and guests are showing up, and they're asking me questions about, like, where should we go? Da, da, da. And I was like, hold on, let me get someone who can help you. And then I went into the room where I was waiting, and the wedding planner came in, and I said very politely, but very sternly, people are asking me questions. No one should be asking me questions. You need to go out there and take care of it. And they were like, okay. And then they did.
Well,
and then they did a
drunk.
stellar job. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I mean, they were hammered at that. No, I think they had only done one shot before they got caught. But
well, that's so interesting because, of course, you are the person people ask questions of, right? I mean, in life, you're the person, all the answers. So, of course, they're asking you questions at your event. But you're right. I hope I wasn't one of those people, because it's not really appropriate. You were not there to facilitate the wedding.
I hired someone to be the person to answer questions and take care of those things. So people shouldn't even have to be asking questions.
Right, exactly. There should be no questions. Yeah. Oh, that's funny. Yeah. But it was a great night.
It was great.
Great celebration.
Yeah. And the other thing that I did, and I think we've probably talked about this on the podcast before a couple of times, was that I thought about how I wanted people to feel.
Oh, that's nice.
How did I want them to feel during the wedding, and how did I want them to feel afterwards? I wanted people to, feel the love and feel like it was a celebration. And I wanted them afterwards to feel like that was a really great party. That was really fun. And so that made all my decisions really easy.
Nice.
Because it was like, does it contribute to that or does it not?
Yeah. That's such a great example of the principle of getting in touch with what's important to you and letting that guide everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And you were very successful. I mean, I know I felt it was just a great party and great fun, and everybody I talked to was having a great time.
Yeah, it makes me so happy. People randomly will say, your wedding was so much fun. That's one of the funnest weddings I've ever been to.
Yeah, it was, actually. I mean, it was not conventional, and it was not sitting in a church and all of those trappings. It's very nice. Yeah.
Yeah, so
good job.
I feel really good about how that turned out, and I try to let that be a model for anything. And remember that people are coming to something to celebrate you, to spend time with you. And I mean, really, they don't care. But I mean, they don't want it to be a bad experience, but they're there to celebrate you. So everything else is sort of, the cherry on top, I guess.
Yeah. And letting go of perfectionism around that stuff, around any type of celebration, be it a retirement party, a wedding, or a birthday party, little kid's birthday party.
Right.
It just can only benefit you to let go of that perfectionism, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I always think, do you remember everything that went really well, or do you remember the things that did not? But they're the fun things that make it unique and memorable. I will always remember about my friend Eric saying, the wedding planners are down in the bar doing shots.
And that's a good friend, right? Who will tell you that. Because I think I would be afraid of stressing you out by telling you that. But you needed to know.
Yeah.
It wasn't the first wedding they'd planned, was it?
No, it was not. But, I'm relatively easygoing.
Yeah.
And when I hire people, I'm hiring them because I want them to do something that they're really good at and they're better at than me.
Yeah. You don't want to be involved.
Yeah. So, I was very, not lackadaisical, but I was very
Chill.
chill and making decisions and just like, I want this, but I'm not sure. And they'd be like, oh, we could do this or that. And I'd be like, oh, that's good. And just like I wasn't stressing. I wasn't like exacting in what I wanted and everything. And I think they just thought that like I didn't care or something. Like, oh no, I care. I'm expecting you to do your job.
Right.
I'm not micromanaging you because that's why I hired you.
Yeah, that's funny. But it's a good thing you did hire them because you didn't want to be the one people were asking the questions of. I mean, It was a smart call. Yeah.
I think the other thing about celebrations is, we're sort of talking about the big celebrations, like structured, planned celebrations. But I think it's also nice to celebrate little things.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we know you love a good, like, celebrating a small win.
Right. So, my wins are so small, and I'll celebrate any of them.
But I think that's awesome to do for yourself. And I think it's also great to do for other people. Like, celebrating little things that other people do. Because it's maybe hard to celebrate yourself. But if your friend is like, that's cool,
Yeah. Right. I agree. I think that I'm going to bear that in mind because it's really kind of true, isn't it, that no win is too small to celebrate.
Right.
And if you have a friend who shares something with you that's exciting to them and you whatever, send a card, say, let's go to lunch. Keep some sparkling rosé in a can in your refrigerator. Invite them over.
You never know when a can of sparkling rosé is going to come in handy.
Exactly. I've tried to always have at least 2 of them pulled in case of a celebration. It's true.
That's awesome. Well, we would love to hear from you, our listeners. Do you celebrate the little things with other people? How do you celebrate the big things? You can let us know on Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube at Getting to Good Enough. You can shoot us an email to gettingtogoodenough@gmail.com, or you can leave a message at 413
424
413 424 GTGE. That's 4843. Until next time, this is Shannon Wilkinson in Portland, Oregon.
And Janine Adams in St. Louis, Missouri.
And we hope that good enough is getting easier for you. I wish we could open a can of rosé right now and celebrate recording this podcast.
I have one, but it doesn't help you.
I might have one too.
Oh, I do. Dig one out and give me a call.
Yeah.